Now, as I mentioned, the Canadian Patent Office, the search tool for searching patents, um, has the benefit of listing actually what the patents are here in Canada. So if you want to find out whether or not a particular product was actually patented here in Canada, a good place to search would be in this database. However, as an actual database for searching various patents and finding things, I find it to be a little lacking. Um, the First of all, you can only find Canadian patents, so there's something like 2.5 million, almost 3 million references. Whereas in the U.S. Patent Office, there's close to 9 million references. Um, Also, I find that the database tends to be a little bit more awkward to use, and worst of all, the actual results come back to you piecemeal. So when you actually click on a reference that you find, you don't get the full thing that you can scroll through quickly. You get a summary page, and then you have to scroll through the abstract and scroll through the claims and scroll through the drawings and so on. It's a little bit more awkward. However, if you're looking for a Canadian patent, this is the only place you can, not the only place, but this is really the best place to look. So how do you use this database effectively to find out whether or not you can produce a product, or whether you're safe in Canada, or whether you might have a patent infringement problem here in Canada? Well, the thing is, first of all, understand that a vast majority of patents that are obtained in the Canadian Patent Office are actually not filed by Canadians. They're filed by foreigners, by American companies, French companies, Italian companies, Japanese companies, Chinese companies, and they're filing for patent protection here in Canada. And guess what? If they filed for patent protection here in Canada, they probably also filed, almost certainly filed, a corresponding application in the United States. So the best way to find a Canadian patent, oddly enough, is to first search in the United States. So we'll go to the U.S. Patent Office's search engine, and by now you should be familiar with this search page here. And we are going to look for patents relating to nail polish which contain polyurethane. So we have nail and polish and polyurethane all in the abstract. We do this search. We found 6 references. Now, I dare say there are probably a lot more patents relating that have polyurethane or something like that and relate to nail polish. It's probably a matter of just using the correct keywords to find them all. But for the purpose of illustrating the point I'm trying to make here, this will do. So we have one reference here, aqueous nail polish. Okay, let's suppose we looked at this and we found, aha, this is a relevant reference. We're trying to do something here in Canada. How do you know if this patent also exists in Canada? Well, a quick way to do it, there's a couple of ways to do it, but here's one way. Here it lists the inventors. So one way to do it would be to copy one of the inventor's names, usually the first one. Just copy that. Go back to your Canadian search tool, and in here put in inventor. Contains the word, and we'll just put in paste. That's the name of the inventor, and nothing else. And we just click search. And lo and behold, we find a whole series of patents and patent applications, all relating to some kind of colorless nail polish containing various substances. So that patent would probably be here if there was a corresponding Canadian patent application for it. Okay, but this also illustrates something else. This inventor actually worked for L'Oreal, and these patents are all from L'Oreal. So if you want to find patents by L'Oreal, one way to do it would be to search the name of the inventors. You could also search the actual name of the company. Let's back up here. instead of the inventor here, you could put in the owner, and you can put in L'Oreal over here and then click search, and then you get all the patents owned by L'Oreal. The problem with that approach is this would assume that there was an actual written assignment from the inventors to L'Oreal, which was filed with the patent office, and sometimes that's not always the case, particularly with pending applications. So actually searching via inventors is oftentimes a better approach. So this is, I think, one of the most efficient ways of using the Canadian patent database to find out whether or not a particular product or service or composition of matter and so on is actually patented here in Canada. Do your US patent for search first, either using this search tool or using Google. And then once you have that results, use the name of the inventor or the title or key phrases and plug them into the Canadian databases search tool and find the patent that way.